Alright, this is going to be an honest discharge build, using no gimmicks to get your charges beyond actually getting your charges. These boots probably are not the best. This armor is probably not the best because there's large portions where we are out of charges and the bonuses for these are not applied. But I'm going to keep them on just because that's what I currently have on. The gear is pretty basic, this being the most expensive item. Not pretty basic. Pretty not basic. This being the most expensive item. I just bought it for 69 divine to get that one power charge and just rolled whatever. Got dex and life and all res. That's good enough for me for now. I won't be using it long. 2 void batteries. Pain of Atonement from the helmet. I have a spell cluster jewel here for spell damage. This just to improve my auras. This to give me endurance charges. And then an elemental cluster jewel. With these just to give me more resistances, which I probably don't need anymore now that I got that other ring. I do not need, and I can modify these a little bit more differently. But I'm not gonna. That is the setup. It is pretty cool. So let's run some maps. This will be a gem swap setup, which I rarely do. I'm going to be running Discharge, Awaken Empowered, Inspiration, Power Charge on Critical Strike, Increased Area of Effect, Divergent Style, and Critical Damage Support. And for the boss, I'm going to swap in Concentrated Effect for Divergent Increased Area of Effect. But for mapping, I'm going to want the Big Boom. I'm using Brand with faster attack, faster casting, Storm Brand, Power Charge on Critical Strike, and Inspiration. Wonder what my crit is. I wonder if it'd be better.
Long day.
It probably would be better that instead of faster attacks, I just get the crit, so I'm critting more frequently. Yeah, let's do that. Faster attacks is nice to be able to put them down quicker, and I think they activate quicker with that. But I would rather have them crit at a higher frequency.
I must have time to gather my will.
Ah, time to go.
I use brands because they'll keep going as I pop it. So I pop it, and the brands are still going. So they're filling up my charges. Obviously, power charges is pretty easy to get, but because of my ring, I can get frenzy charges pretty easy too, because it has a 15% chance to gain maximum frenzy charges. One of the problems with this build is I get stunned a lot, or I like stop a lot, making it difficult to cast my discharge. And the discharge also has a bit of a cooldown, so it makes it feel a little weird. Sometimes you can't cast your spell, sometimes it's on cooldown.
Good job, Exile.
But it is an honest discharge build. No weapon swapping. Also some good old-fashioned deathing. But no weapon swapping. No... nothing. You just get your stacks up, and then you pop your stacks up. It is slow because you don't keep your stacks like you do with all the other stacking builds I've built. should never pop it on a walk when I need to walk. Because as soon as I pop it, then I run out of stacks and I'm slow. See, stackless loser dies. So it is a bit awkward. But it's less awkward than the other discharge build, because the other discharge build, you have to do some weapon swap shit.
I must have time to gather my will.
I do think it might be superior to have a build that doesn't rely on so many of its defensive layers requiring stacks. I get a lot of life regen from my boots based on power charges, and then I lose all of that. I lose all of that speed when I pop a power charge. So a boot replacement is probably a good idea. I don't know what boots I could use, but I guess I can use like Death's Door to get immunity to bleed and +1 to endurance charges. That would be an easy little pair of booties to pop on. Let me attempt to pick up these essences before getting murdered. Dick, making me walk backwards. The density is so low in this map. Making a piss poor demonstration.
Just in time. Ah, it's time.
I think I'm gonna run immediately to that fucker and then blow him up. Kaboom. Boom goes the dynamite. That is an hilarious video. Public speaking, not always an easy task for some people, and this dude is extremely shy and isn't supposed to be doing sports commentary. He's not a sports guy. He doesn't even really know what sports are. And they throw him up there to do the sports announcement, and he can't keep up with the high intensity of sportsing. So he's trying to follow along, and it's just awkward silence. Pain you can feel through the sound of what is happening. And then it's silence, and someone makes a 3-pointer, and he just says, and then boom goes the dynamite.
Time to go.
Awkwardly.
Hello.
It is amazing. Anyone has no clue what I'm talking about, Google, boom goes the dynamite. You will not regret it.
I must have time to gather my will.
Get that life. I am very dead.
Good job, Exile.
Gem swap. I guess that body armor does help out a lot because my charges are all gonna stay. Hopefully. The game's gonna do everything it can to ruin my build. But I think it'll stay long enough. Maybe not. Oh, just long enough for it not to stay. My screen has gone black again. Get phased on, boy. Discharge. Kaplooey. If only these bosses did not have these 3 stupid phases and I could kill them in one shot. Wonder if that's going to be the Elder piece I need to do Elder. It is not. Of course it is not. So I have a bunch more. Eradicator. Oh, I could probably see which one I need. And then do an Elder. Enslaver. Purification. Eradicator. Does look like the one I need. I think that's a lightning one, which is the least favorite of mine. Sure, that seems fine. Let's gem swap.
Must have time to gather my will.
I'm not sure the brand is the best choice. I think it is. But I haven't tested a lot of other skills to pump it up. The brand does seem to work because it kind of just keeps on working as I move around. But there might be something else that's better. I just don't know what that would be. I think I probably should have went left. Been more efficient.
Purity will prevail.
If the density's right, you can actually just keep popping it. Just keep on popping it because you gain most of them after you get it. You kill so many enemies that you're just at full charges again. If you can get the density right. And that feels pretty good. Yeah, the boots are a bit of a bummer. It's like right there, I was tapping it the whole time trying to cast it, and I could not get the fucking cast off. I could use that other flask that gives me charges for these bosses, that way I don't lose them. But then I would have very little to complain about. I like to be able to complain about these phasings of these bosses because it is annoying. My 2 main ones were able to stay.
must have time to gather my will.
I wish I had a skill that'll let me become untargetable and just fly around and being a dick everywhere. Should have cast my brands on him before I ran away. Bong! And even like right here, it won't let me get rid of the annoying. Take too much time, Elder. I want to farm. This is Farmville. Alright, let's do an Elder. I would not put this as an enjoyable build. The Divine Ire build is highly enjoyable. Hitting people with the big old final flash feels great. This is not that enjoyable. In fact, I am going to put that other potion on. And obviously I can do things to amplify the damage. No, it's not that needed. Especially because I'm, you know, getting it honestly. I think I'll save. Let's use the brands, which do enough damage all on their own. I'm just gonna use the brands to kill all this stuff. I'm gonna save my discharge for the main event. Make sure I'm all fully stacked up.
I must have time to gather my will.
And he got boomed.
To me, exile, quickly!
I love those belts.
So that was the Elder.
Using that belt right now.
What terrible,
Come on, good.
monstrous power.
Oh,
We
as
must
high as you
find
can
a way
get.
to defeat it, exile.
Fantastic.
We seem to have driven it from...
What else can we do? Let's do the most annoying game in the most annoying boss in the game and see if we can get him to not do his thing. Oh, we can't have you stealing. Can't have you stealing my shit. It's dangerous. But, should be fine.
You must win this one for me, my champion.
Your champion looks delicious.
Come on.
Slaughter.
I guess there's only one guy, so I can't get my charges as quickly as I want. I need a fix for that. Brand might actually... I'm gonna have to use something other than Brand. Maybe a cast on crit with Brand. Come out of your shell. Come on.
Feast.
I'll get some charges when I'm in this other place.
Trample digestion. A feast of muscle.
Probably the best thing that can happen. Hopefully, I don't go into the dark zone.
Hunger.
I'm just gonna die from now on instead of going into that down place. Oh, give me my frenzy charges. There we go.
The pain
Must have time to gather.
never ends.
Or at least, until the others arrive to challenge me for this realm.
I was waiting for loot to drop, but I forgot that loot doesn't drop. Got 2 of these bad boys. Oh, that's real nasty. I'll do it.
It is not a battle you can win, hatchling.
We will fight side by side.
Succumb. Fighting mass. Hunger. Inescapable doom.
My champion, energize the spheres.
Consuming.
Oh, I'm done.
You gone.
Lightning mass.
Oh, he fucking dodged it. He dodged a full discharge. That was mean.
Lightning mass.
Come on, frenzy charges. You can do it. That's a lot of hunger.
Lightning mass. Inescapable doom.
My champion, energize the spheres.
Consume.
Be gone.
Lightning mass. Succumb. Hunger.
No, frenzy. 15% chance to get maximum.
Succumb. Lightning
I
mass.
fucking missed again. Should just wait until I get my Yeah, that is a flaw. I hadn't fought any bosses with this build yet. Sustainable frenzy charge sustain is way too low on bosses.
Lightning mass.
I must have time to gather my will.
Inescapable doom.
My champion,
Discharge fucking
energize the spheres.
gimped out.
Consuming.
Too slow. You walk too slow. 'Cause your boots are stupid dumb.
Perish. Lightning mass. You deny us escape from pain.
Or at least others arrive to challenge me for this realm.
Alright, I'm gonna redo this build later for phase 2 with a different pair of little booties. Now let's run a couple maps. Let's see what we got here. That's a good map. I think a strand would be great. Ooh, that's a good roll. Cannot leech. I don't leech. More life, which is good because then I can do bigger hits. Let's apply some milk on it. Apply a little milk on it. Mmm. Milky. Well, let's make sure we're sexed up. We are not sexed up. Remember when geosync maps was a good strategy? Me too, that was fun. Let's do that. That should be good enough. Maybe a dangerous map.
Just in time.
Fuck, too much. The stuns are pretty brutal. Pretty brutal. Also kind of sucks when an enemy spawns after you kill an enemy because you do a big old bomb and then there's still enemies there and it's just sad. Being able to see the enemy still. I see a nice and pure and clean screen after you bomb it.
Time to go.
They just tried to discharge there and it did just nothing. Just stalls out sometimes. It's weird. Probably because discharge takes forever to cast, maybe? I need something to prevent spells from being stunned. I got one thing. I think I got it. No. There's one of these that has it so you have a 35% chance to not be stunned while casting. I think I need something like that. Or maybe just pop some comms roots on. Except I need the sockets.
Just in time.
My mana is spent.
Time to go.
That feels good. And that doesn't feel good. It's like, this is the most, like, fucked up build ever, because you're like, oh, that feels great, and then no. Not so great anymore. Combination of good feels and bad feels. I could play it a little more cautiously and then pop and run away, but I kind of want to get in the mix. I want to pop it and run it. Ooh, this will be interesting. Haven't done a Legion yet. Worked pretty well. worked pretty well. Yeah, seems to do Legion pretty well. Fucking slowed. Maybe it's just slowed instead of stunned, but yeah, slowed. I think there's a pair of boots that allows it so you can just run at your base speed forever and you can't be slowed. But, I mean, obviously you can be slowed because this game needs to make sure that everyone can be slowed and there's no way to get full slow immunity. I think there are a pair of boots. I'm gonna lose 50% damage when I max power charges, but it's worth it to get some movement speed when I'm, you know, not maxed out. Anybody left? Managed to pop them all. See? I just dud it out. Dud it out again. Dud it out again. If I'm getting Nah, I'm not getting silenced. It's just I'm getting interrupted when I try to cast it. Cast it! What the fuck? I don't even know how I died there. Obviously chaos damage. Should pick up that armor. Probably got +1 to frenzy. Gain of frenzy charge on hit. I mean, I could use that armor instead of the armor that I got. Though having the charge duration is very helpful. I'll save you for later. Jesus. Be nice to me. See, dud it out, duddin. Just constant duddin. Was unable to cast. I wonder if it's stealing. No, it's not stealing my mana. Yeah, there's something off. Like, casting discharge is very awkward. I need to review the tape. Review the tape and see why the hell my discharge wasn't going off. Maybe they were stealing my charges? Either way. It's not exactly perfect. I wonder if I got those booties. I wonder what kind of rare booties I got. I got these booties, but I'm not immune to bleed, so I can get immunity to poison. If I get immunity to poison, I can poison and then get frenzy charges. Hold on. Gain a frenzy charge on hit while bleeding. And the replica is gain a frenzy charge on hit while poisoned. And then the golden rule. Poisons you inflict are reflected to you. Yeah. Oh, but I think that helmet does immunity to poison. And not poison has no effect. Oh, no, unaffected by poison. So it's, interesting. Yeah, so maybe I can get even more frenzy charges this way by poisoning bitches. And then I'd have to use my backup body armor, which would give me less charge duration. Where is the body armor? Do I have it in here? No, I don't have it in here. I think I got it on one of these tabs. Skin of the Royal. Skin of the Lords with pain attunement. So I could pop that on there to get pain attunement. Then I could pop on the other one to get poison. Then I can do the poison gem and the poison boots. Maybe get more poison, because I'll be, you know, doing all that jazz. That's interesting. Maybe explore that a little bit. Alright. That's enough for part 1.